Sacrifice this. Get that charged up. They can what? Block. Attack all. They're just calling it? I called it because I thought they were going to win. I didn't think I was going to win. I thought for sure they were going to win. Holy. Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? My name's Kyle. Thank you for stopping by to check out my video here on my channel, Arena Hacks. Today we're looking at Ignite the Forge 2.0 because I recently noticed that one of the more recent updates, we got a whole new set of starter decks. People who are just signing up this program right now are probably starting with all those decks. Those are the free dual colors you deck during, or dual color decks that you receive for free during those intro challenges that you get when you first sign up for MTG Arena. So here it is. Here's my modification with my modifications. This is obviously not the original. This is why it's 2.0. We have a 2.2 mana average. I'm pretty sure I did actually bring that down from the original. I brought down the lands. They all seem to come with 25 lands. With a low average like this, I was like, there's no way we need 25 lands. So I brought down the lands, did all kinds of, I don't know exactly what I swapped for what specific cards, so I'm not getting into specific detail about that. I know this deck did come with the Dollhouse, and I thought that was just awesome. I did add in from all the rares are from other starter decks, so this should be completely free to play for new players. The only wild cards you might have to use are commons and uncommons, and that's about it, and not even that many of those at that. So we got Burn Down the House, which I brought in from another deck, and that's just good if we need to board wipe. You know, we're in a situation we need to board wipe because our opponent's just taking too much control of the game. They got lots of creatures. We're going to die. So just 5 damage to everything usually kills pretty much everything. And or we can just use it on the aggressive side and get those 3 little devil tokens. We're not crazy about sacrifice creatures. They do make good sacrifice creatures, but they have haste. When they die, they do another point of damage. So they can add a lot of clutter to the battlefield and scare our opponents, be good blockers, good attackers if we're being aggressive and stuff like that. Yes, the no, this came in this deck. And so did this one. This is the other one, Makatoya Soul Ripper. I brought into this deck, and same with the March of the Wretched Sorrow. These came again from other starter decks. This one just, Makatoya Soul Ripper just goes way too good. Like, we can sacrifice a creature, right? Artifact or creature, yeah, or another artifact. So this, we don't have many. This is like the only way we have of sacrificing creatures. So it's like most of our synergy is with sacrificing artifacts in this deck, not creatures. But this has the ability to sacrifice a non-creature artifact if that's what we need to do with it. So it's just really awesome and powerful in that way. And then March of the Wretched Sorrow was an awesome addition to this just because it's really powerful removal. It's best because we're doing damage and we can control that damage by exiling black cards. So in a pinch, you know, it sucks to exile that card, but I know I've used this at least once in this video. You'll see me using this once in a good pinch situation. We're gaining life from it, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And we did have to sacrifice or exile a black card from our hand, a good one too, and it sucked, but it kept us in the game, it kept us going, and it was just awesome. So, you know, those are the cards, the rares that I've added. Other than that, like, the only thing I've done is adjust literally what already all came in this deck. I may have taken out a few cards to add the rares. I also may have taken out some cards that are in the original deck to increase some of the commons and uncommons that I have in here as well. Like, I know I increased Bloodtithe Harvester. I added, well, that's the only one of the few I added. A lot was adjusted in numbers and stuff like that, so I can't remember everything I all did. I only have 1 Circuit Mender. I know there was originally 2. I'm surprised that I took out the other one. It's a decent card, but you know what? I'm not too unhappy that we have 1 in here as well. It's a little clunky, so I'm not super happy running into it often, but it does have 2 abilities, enter ETB, and then when it dies. So that's a lot of good stuff. It's a creature, so we can sacrifice it for creature stuff for a Soul Ripper, but it's also an artifact, so we can sacrifice it for artifact stuff. The Epicure, as you all know, I added in here because it's just super insanely high value. I've gushed in many of my videos, well, not many, but some of my other videos, that what a value you get for 1 mana, 1 damage, a 1/1 creature, and an artifact, all for 1 mana. Like, that's just insane. Insane value there. Everything else, like I said, is pretty much more or less, didn't even touch the mana base. I subtracted a swamp for that land I told you I took away, and that's it. That's the deck. Didn't touch some of the numbers, like these guys. They were all, this was 3, this was 2. There was 1 of these guys, there was 1 of these guys. that I adjusted. These two I think I adjusted. This may have been 3. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the original version of this deck is. Or with the voltage surge. Honestly, I do want 4 in this deck, but I was trying to get March of the Wretched Sorrow in here, and that was the only thing I wanted. I didn't want to get rid of Circuit Mender, like, just because I wanted more creatures, but I was like, oh my god, what do we do? But yeah, I think it works out real well. We were looking at the curve before, not a lot of 1-drops, lots of 2-drops, so it's like we don't often have a first turn play, but that's okay, because we have 6 tap lands in this deck. This is not always tapped, it is early game. So if we're forced to play it in the first 2 turns, then it is tapped. But unlikely, we'll be able to hold this till it's untapped, because it's the only one that does that. This is just always tapped. These are just always tapped. So good stuff. I like the tramway stations. I like the new Capenna common dual colored lands they gave away, or came in the deck. Printed is what I meant. Printed. But yeah, that extra ability, draw extra card. It's just a good thing to have in a land. I've been using some of those 3-colored lands in some of my other dual-colored decks, just because they do create the 2-colored mana that I do need. They create a color mana I don't need, but they also have that cycling ability, so I can discard that card if I have enough lands and just draw another fresh card. That's always good to do. So any land with card draw in it is usually a pretty good utility land and comes in handy in a lot of situations. So that being all said, I think I covered everything. Let's just get to that sweet, fun gameplay. But before I do, remember, if you like the video, to hit that thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel and check out all the other things I do and what I like. Also leave a comment at the end of watching it and let me know what you think of everything. And yeah, let's get to it. Definitely a keepable hand. Ooh, okay. Yeah, get the tap land out of the way. Also gain a life. They do the same twice in a row. Well, they don't gain 2 life, but... So what do we start with here? Man, all we need is an anvil, and then we got the smelter anvil combo. Let's go with the harvester. Let's get a blood token right away. Yeah. Not cool. Where do we go? Bloodcaster. No, I think we attack. Yeah. And then we get our Forebear or whatever out. We would need a second blood token to get her out of the graveyard. So if we get Bloodcaster out there, and when she dies, we get another blood token. Right? Whenever another creature control dies, yeah. That is how it works. So they didn't cast a spell, so now they have this. That's good because we can kill it, so they won't even gain life out of it, and they also won't be able to keep hitting us every turn. Discard a card. I'm a little worried. No, we won't have enough mana if we're going to play this to kill that. What'd they get rid of? Vanquish the Horde, really? I bet this is a Doomscar. So I really want to get Bloodcaster out, but we need the mana to kill their thing. Or, let's just attack in the air here, and that's it. Call it a turn, and see what they do. Or no, I still want to play this though, because if they board wipe, then we get just a bunch of blood tokens. We have 2, that's enough to bring this back. Let's end. Playing the shield, so that reduces our damage. You know what, let's get rid of this now. We can use a blood token. They don't have mana if that is a Doomscar. And then this way, we can still attack and get another blood token. Damage gets reduced by 1, so there's no point in attacking with that. Shit, we should have played this before combat. You know what, let's get this out. Just in case that is a Doomscar still. Hold off on the smelter, because we can start smelting our... there it is. All these blood tokens we get now. Oh my god, they have another one. Oh, we can do this instant speed too. That's pretty cool. So let's do it now. Facebreaker's not bad. They still have this to prevent damage. That's super annoying. I don't have any good ways of getting rid of artifacts either. So we almost have to deal with it. So we go like this. That's still 4 damage total. Pumping out blood tokens. Not a Doomscar. Okay, we have to discard 2 of our cards though. So we are going to lose them both. That sucks. That also kind of sucks. That's not bad. So I'm going to sack one of these. We're going to attack with both of them. They're going to kill one. We're still going to get 2 damage on them. Can't attack us. But now, once we lose Summoning Sickness on this guy, we can just do -8 or something to this. Or whatever. So now we got a good Smelter Anvil combo going. Let's get rid of this guy. Yeah, let's go. 1 mana. I actually forgot about that, but we had plenty of mana for it. Auto pay. Do this. Get another token here. Not you. Get as much damage in as we can. Oh, we should have sacked it to the anvil. Oops. Oh well. More blood tokens. They're down to 3. Yes. That annoying damn shield. I can't believe we just powered through it. Nice. I would prefer to go first. Alright, get our tap lands out of the way like they did. What do I play first? Oy, oy, oy. Let's get the Virus Beetle, so we attack their hand now. Make them discard something. They discard an island. So they probably have a pretty good number of lands in their hand. And then a number? They have lands in their hand. Let's get this out there. Attack with the Virus Beetle. And then just end it there. I gotta be careful with playing Synthesizer. I want to make sure that I can make use of the card. So it's like, I kind of like playing it when we haven't played a land yet. Like we have a land here, so we could play it now. We do have a land here, but what else do we want to do this turn? I'd like to get this out as well. You know what, let's get the Synthesizer out just to see what we hit with it. A land. Alright. So that's why we didn't play this land here. Do we need 1 mana for anything? We can. I don't want to do that yet, then we won't have mana for whatever we exile with it. I think we just attack in. And then play... Yeah, let's get the Soul Ripper out there. If we have to, we can get 2 damage by exiling this guy. Beginning of combat, you choose 1, tap target creature. Target creature doesn't untap target. We have to let it resolve before we can do this. So let's do this now. And I want to get rid of that. I wish we had more mana. Combat on your turn. Yeah, I know, let's get rid of it now. We're going to have to pay 2, exile this. That kind of sucks. But we should get rid of that right away before they start fooling around with us. That's just going to slow us down, like, rewarded. Here, let's use that for the crew. Attack in, sack the synthesizer. We haven't played a land yet, so we get the exile. Nice. That's actually pretty good. Play out our land. Are we worried about board wipes? I wouldn't think so. Blue, green, colorless. Let's get this out here. Our Soul Ripper can just munch away on blood tokens too. We crew it and just chow down on the blood tokens. Because we can sack artifacts with it, yeah. What did I sack with this one? It was, oh, it was this thing. Yeah, we used that very effectively too. Got very good card advantage from it. Ooh. We don't go first. We got a lot of red and colorless stuff. It's just the anvil we need black for. I say just because of that we try it. Nice. Perfect. Don't play that yet, because we're not really ready to do anything with the card we exile with it. We have until the end of turn to play it, so... It's nice to kind of build up a bit of mana first and then play your synthesizer. I may have played it if we didn't have any other 1-drop. Even with Voltage Surge, it's still 2 damage we can do for 1 mana, like a... Any target? Not any target. Creature or Planeswalker. Right. Okay, another red. Do we want to get the anvil down? I kind of think we do. But we don't sacrifice anything to it right away. We don't start creating tokens with it yet. Let's just attack with Epicure. Get a little flick of damage in there. They're mono blue so far. They might counter this. Yeah. That'd be bad. Yep. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, it's kind of bad. How about this? Counter this. We have only 1 mana. So if we have to pay 2 or 3 or more, other than that, you discard a card. So they go for the counter. Put a +1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. I put a counter on it? Who gets the counter? Well, in this case, nobody. What'd they do? Okay, they didn't want to discard a card, so they countered our Virus Beetle. Alright, so we hold up. Maybe we go for Synthesizer next turn. Or do we go play out a land and go Circuit Mender first? Well, we haven't lost any life yet. Let's hold off on the land. Just go Synthesizer. They definitely have another counter from all the stick. So they've just taken all the different counters It's almost as bad as one of those decks that... so let's throw a land down, just in case it's like counterspell unless player pays 1. Just in case, like Jwaris or something. Also, we have no other way if we've already got the synthesizer down, so we have no other way of getting land, so we don't really need another land. They do that. And what do they pay in an amount of times? What do you do? Phase out or something? Sure. You can only pay it once. We don't even have to sacrifice anything for a surge. This pays 3, so we can't pay the 3. So they just play this as a flash creature. To block our Epicure, maybe? I don't know. Let's just shoot it down now. Submit 0. They're out of mana, so they can't counter it. We still have Burn Down the House and some powerful stuff. We actually can't cast. Now we can. I bet they do have more counters. Let's throw down this Mender, see if they do have more counter spells. They do let it resolve, so that's cool. We gain some life. Keep working away with that Epicure, slowly working their health total down. Now that did sit on the stack for a while, so I bet they still do have counters, and they did absolutely nothing the whole time, even though they had priority. Alright, so playing around Jwaris was a good idea. They do have them in their deck. Whether they just drew into that or not, I don't know, but they do have them in their deck. Alright, that's cool. That will draw out another counter spell if they have it, but we have 3 mana now. They let it go. There was stick, but they did let it go. So let's attack in with both of our stuff, all of our stuff. Get 3 damage in there now. Ooh, that's a lot of damage compared to the 1 we've been doing. 3 damage now. Do we want to... We'll have no mana left over, but I think that's okay. Let's just do this. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We're going to just... yeah, we're going to exile a card, and we'll have no way of playing it. I think we played a land already this turn, too. And you know what? That's okay. We got plenty of mana, and we didn't play a land. That was last turn. Cool. That worked out super awesome. I can't believe that's like, I'm usually complaining about my bad luck. That was extremely good luck. Creature phases out. They want me to sacrifice it now or something, or I don't know. I think we just do that. Now we got a better creature when it comes to our turn. That should phase back in. I mean, how long does it stay phased out? Is he not just making our creatures more powerful? When do these phase back in? Yeah, I was going to say, they just phase back in on our turn, and we attack with them anyways. They're just making our creatures more powerful. They have nothing to attack with. Phasing them out would work if they had something to attack with. Then we wouldn't be able to block with them. But I'm like, what are they doing? They're just making our stuff more powerful. Okay. I think that's what they realized when they scooped. I'm like reading this, like, I think they realized that's just going to phase in, and then they're going to have more powerful attackers. And we go first. Okay. 2 tap lands. It's a little hefty, but I think there is 6 in this deck. I didn't adjust like the lands at all. Like I think it did I? Or maybe I tweaked the basics a tiny bit. Maybe. Yikes! That's a lot of tap lands. I really like to play something. Let's do an untapped land, and we can start playing stuff. Do that first, because these all will put charges on it. If they can remove it right now, then they can. That sucks, but whatever. That's what they can do. Still a 2-drop, so we can keep playing our tap lands and keep casting a spell every turn. I think we try to get an artifact on the field first that we don't mind sacrificing, so we can start producing little token thingies. Actually, I don't even really want to sacrifice that right now. If it dies and we get a token, we replace it with another 1/1 artifact creature, but whatever. Actually, it has to happen during our turn. Never mind. But just doing that, tapping this during our turn to sack even the 1/1 artifact that comes from it, and then we just charge up our, like, sack that, and then we just get another one, and then we charge up our, what is it, reactor? Yeah, Dragonspark Reactor. That's another thing I didn't adjust in this deck either, was the reactors, the number of reactors they put in. I remember when they printed this card, I tried making decks that just made really good use of it, but I don't know, they never really worked out that well. But looking at this deck, I was like, that's why I was like, 2 of them is fine. Like, I don't want to build this deck based around only that. So I didn't. Let's get our last tap land out of the way. Just get that out of the way. And Anvil. Get a charge, attack this, do a damage. Do we sack that now? Just to get a token to charge this up? We have harvesters that we can sack a blood token and keep the creature, so let's try that. We'll get a charge when we play this. Sack the token. Get another artifact creature. Get another charge. So now we can't attack with this. Maybe... Now if we sack it now, we don't get a token. We can still sack the blood token. So we can't attack through it with this. Yeah, let's just do it. Get a charge. Do we sack? Yeah, we have to sack it during our turn to get the construct. And that puts another charge on our dude. And you know what? Let's just play out another harvester. Why not? We have nothing else to do with our mana. And if we want, we can even use this for its own ability, which we almost never use blood tokens for our own ability. We're always sacrificing them for other things. As it stands too, with our one and only blood token, we can sack a harvester to take down their dude there. I recognize this guy. Yeah, their spells cost cheaper, cost less mana. So they're copying something. They have 1 red mana, so they're going to be doing crazy shit. What does this do? It's going to be doing 3 damage. It's going to be doing 2 damage to us twice, 3 damage to 2 different things. That sucks, because they're going to hit both of our harvesters here. And that was what we were going to use to take down their guy, which makes all their stuff cheaper, which kind of made that all possible. He's currently making all their spells 1 cheaper. Which actually wouldn't have helped for that. Oh, sorry. Did I want to sacrifice that to discard and draw? No, I don't think so. We can sacrifice this land to do that. We have lots of lands, so maybe we'll do that eventually. Another artifact on the field. Charge this up a little more. Do we use the blood token now? I guess we do. Sack the blood token, get another construct. Do damage, gain a life. That gets built up a little more. So hopefully they don't have a crazy powerful turn right now. If they do, we'll have to we'll definitely have to sacrifice our reactor next turn. I'm thinking about doing that now. It's half their health total, right? And they just wipe the field. So we can't remove a creature with it. But big score. We have a land to discard. Do we just do that now? Because if we get another land with the 2 cards we draw, we're going to have 2 treasure tokens, 2 untapped lands. Yeah, let's just do it. So that gets, because of the treasures. We can play it now, but we can't use it. We have enough lands. We can play it and use it with just our lands. So I say we do this. Do we use the Dragonspark Reactor now? They're scooping. Okay. Oh, I didn't get it in there. Tried to get a good game in. They were probably afraid that we had a way of getting it up to 15, which I was worried about getting that greedy. This looks like it was the starter deck. Yeah, the red-blue starter deck. I can't remember what it's called. No, too new. I can't remember what most... Oops, I didn't mean to leave. But yeah, that looked like what it was, and I don't know if they have ways of destroying artifacts. I think they do, but I'm not sure. A lot of tap lands we always keep getting in our early game. We do go first, which is kind of nice. A lot of 2-drops, so I think we kind of play it the same way as last game. We start with a tap land, go with an untapped land, follow up with a 2-drop and a third and our second tap land. Right? Like our second turn with a So we do a 2-drop on our second turn, and then our third turn we play our next tap land, and we can continue playing more 2-drops because we have so many of them. Ouch. Ooh. I don't know if we play that quite yet. I think we go with this first. Make them discard something. I think they did mulligan. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. They didn't draw. They didn't mulligan. Okay. Wow. So there is it. Perhaps. Maybe. Okay. Well, at least... Yeah, this doesn't look like it's any... I don't think this comes in the... Oh, does it? I don't know. I'm trying to remember what comes in those starter decks now. It's too... My memory's too shitty. I can't remember. That kind of sucks. Let's get out the smelter, or the anvil, I mean. And then the smelter we can follow up with. And then we can start getting a little bit of a combo going. Is this auto pass? Because it's, like, we don't want to use the smelter for anything. We're not going to sacrifice our beetle. They're going to get an attack in. It's going to suck. So second spell each turn. So that even applies during our turn. One spell for them. They do look like they're stuck on mana unless they play some. I mean, they do have the rest of the turn. And they actually do get the second spell in. That's dirty. Discard a land, though. When are they going to play their land? Go to combat. Yeah. They just... But they had a land to play... But they... What? Huh? Man, we need a voltage surge. We need some of our removal. Before that guy gets so big and so many counters on it. Although, yeah, they didn't get another counter that turn. And we haven't drawn any mana. We haven't been able to play any extra lands anytime soon. Meh. Yeah, let's get this down. Use it right away. Why not? See if they go for the trade. They don't. Now they get another +1/+1 on the next creature. Ah, they did get another land. I was like, hopefully they don't get any more lands. You know. Are they going to try racing? It looks like they're going to go for a race. Do we block anything? Nah. Nah. Are they going to play a second spell to get that connive in there? They probably would have tried it pre-combat to see if they get a counter on them. So we don't sacrifice anything yet. Good, more mana. That's nice. I like that. Let's get Facebreaker out there so we can start getting treasures. If they don't block. I know we got to get our reactor out there. Actually, I think they probably won't. Well, they might. They didn't block last turn. I'm not attacking with Smelter because just in case they can do 1 damage, they block, doing 1 damage to it, and just ugh. Let that go through because we do want their creature to die. So we're not going to sacrifice it. Okay, that's fine. Their creature doesn't die, our creature doesn't die. We still get that damage in, still get the treasure. Hallelujah. End turn. Hopefully they don't flip that anytime soon. And there it goes. That is super annoying. Yeah, we need to get Reactor out there. With all these ways of creating tokens and everything. And they can do 2 extra damage to anything. That's super goddamn annoying. Okay. Let's go to blocking. Let's get rid of one of these. Everything gets exiled that dies too. Just try to mitigate as much damage as we can. Let's go this way. Let's do that. We gain life that way too. I wasn't even going to trade, right? So it was like, what does it matter? Mana's pretty decent. Oh man, this sucks. This is going to be hard. So we still have the 4 mana to use it. But we can't do it this turn if we play out our Smelter this turn. I really want to get that Smelter out there to charge it up, but we need to get something to block flying as well. That's our second spell too. That sucks. I didn't realize that. They do have to discard a card. If they get us down to 2, we just lose as well. That's the other problem. The other problem. So, do we do Smelter? Maybe post-combat? Yeah, because we won't be able to use his ability this turn. So let's go with 1. Try to trigger our Facebreaker. They could fry it. But that's okay, we can then sack it in response. Actually, yeah, no, we couldn't have used it anyways pre-combat. We do that. Sack that, triggers this, get another charge on our thingy. We can't use it this turn, but hopefully we can survive at least 1 more turn. I wish we could kill their guy that's doing so much damage in the air, though. That'd be the really nice thing. Right, we can't sacrifice it with our anvil. And it's not going to die because they have this thing here. I forgot about that stupid play with fire, but we drew it out of their hand. That's a good thing. Oh, that means we're just dead in the air, right? Like, just sack that so we can try to trade with that thing, but it doesn't matter. Oh no, wait, they did play their play with fire, but they almost certainly have another. Not even, yeah. Like, do I want to play there? Yeah, just call it. Get rid of the stop. Play your spell. See, there it is. Or whatever. Well, they can't tap it, right? It doesn't have haste. They don't have a spell? What? I thought for sure they would have been able to do 1 damage to us. Huh. But, I mean, there's just way too many critters here. We absolutely needed a, what do you call it? We have nothing to discard either. It's like we literally need to draw another card before we can play this. And then we can't cast it. We won't have enough mana. Yeah, there's just way too much shit to deal with, and we don't have enough anything. Okay, well, hold on a sec. Let's go. Let's pay our 1 mana. Sacrifice this. Get that charged up. They can what? Block. Attack all. They're just calling it? I called it because I thought they were going to win. I didn't think I was going to win. I thought for sure they were going to win. Holy. What if they tried to not die? What were they at? They were at 9. We got 5 on here. We got 4 mana to use it. We're at least 1 creature's getting through, so we're getting another treasure. This is free. Just tap and sack something. So we can tap sack this to ping 1 in and still have the 4 mana to use this. So that's 5, 6 at least. They have 2 blockers. They're still taking at least 5. Yeah, we had over 10 points of damage on them total with their our attack, their blockers, and then all the other little tricks we could have done. Yeah, we had like 10 plus damage on them. Whew, nice. Okay, so that went rather well. I feel like most of the players we did go up against were probably, some of them were like newer players or kind of medium excuse me, medium experienced players. I do think a few of them were starter decks, which is good. That kind of levels the playing field because, I mean, we can't go up against anybody too competitive with this deck. It's just a slightly modified starter version, right? So it's not like it's insanely more powerful than the original version of this deck, but I do think my modifications do give it a pretty good edge, and I do think it does help you if you're a new player getting started. Yeah, I think using this is a little, it's tricky. You gotta think through a lot of things, what you're gonna sacrifice for what. You know, building up Dragonspark Reactor at the end when they scooped. I guess they are faster at math than I was, you know, and I was like I went back to count up to see like how much damage were we able to get through, and you know, that's how I was able to win that game. Just squeak it in there right at the last minute. A couple good additions like Makatoya Soul Ripper goes great in this deck. It's just, I don't know why we starter or beginners get it in a different starter deck and not this one. It goes great in this deck. But anyways, yeah, without going over too many of my specifics on the modifications, like I went through in the intro or in the foreplay. Yeah, let's just take a look. Yeah, I want to brag about the stacks. It's a 100% win rate. But yeah, it is just to show you that, yeah, these are just the first, 5 games I played with. There's no other statistics. Like, I did finish testing this deck a while ago against Sparky, and things were looking pretty good. So I'm like, hey, let's take it into the play queue and just see what we get. And yeah, so far turning out good. I'll play it a few more and then I'll maybe take it to rank. I'm in silver right now because the season just reset. So yeah, maybe I'll try that a bit and we'll see how it goes. But other than that, let me know what you all think about this deck. Do you like the modifications? There's not any significant ones, just a few of them, I think. Right? Yeah, just a few of them, like Burn Down, Soul Ripper, and then I just adjusted the commons and uncommons, and that's about it. That's about all I've done, taking out a few cards. Like, it's a pretty good deck that they give you right off the start with this one. But anyways, like I said, let me know what you all think of it. I'd love to hear from it, so comment down below. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this video and my other ones, and check out all my other stuff on my channel, and hit the thumbs up for this video as well. Help support the channel that way. See you all at the next video. Hope you all have a great day. Cheers.